learning in this way is so different.
You could tell she just really appreciated someone listening to her. Third year is when you start rotating in the hospital. Exhausted. Welcome back to another vloggy vlog. Yeah, if you're new around here, hello, my name is Tay. I am a third year medical student at UCLA, documenting this journey to the MD. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop and join our fam. Y'all, it is the first official day of year 3. Just let that sink in. Just let that sink in. Am I freaking out? Yes, I am. Glad you asked. So for those of you who do not know, maybe you're not pre-med or interested in medical school, third year is when you start rotating in the hospitals, in clinic. You go through all of the different, I think there's like 8 different specialties that you go through across the year, and you're getting that hands-on learning experience with real patients. You're working with real doctors, real attendings, residents, nurses, everyone, and like you actually have a say in what goes down. So today is my first day of my first rotation. My first rotation is internal medicine. That is pretty much as broad as it gets. That's everything inpatient, also everything kind of outpatient that's not specialized. So it's a lot of chronic illness, but also some acute illness, like think heart, lungs, kidneys, diabetes, hypertension. All of that stuff is what I need to know. So that is my first rotation. It's 8 weeks long, and I'm gonna be vlogging every week of it. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna show you guys my schedule when I come back, because it's absolutely insane. The hours are crazy, but we gotta start off strong. So today is Monday, 7:38 a.m. I actually want to leave at 7:35, but that's fine. And it's orientation. So today should be chill. We're gonna go over some EKGs, we're gonna go over antibiotics, kind of some common themes that we're gonna be seeing on the ward. So everyone who's starting with internal medicine in my class is meeting on UCLA's campus in our normal med student building, and we are just going through all of that from 8 to 5. 8 to 5, so full day of orientation, and then tomorrow is when I actually go to my clinical site and get started. So I already got my breakfast ready to go. We've got our overnight oats, and my bag is packed. Let's head to campus and let's have a great start to this week. I'm tired already, but I need this energy, so see y'all later. Okay, bye. What is up, y'all? I am exhausted. I'm sitting in the parking lot of the grocery store. I just got out of class. It literally was back to back sessions all day from 8 until now. And I'm so tired. We did EKG workshops, we did clinical reasoning workshops, we learned about third year. All I know is I'm tired and I feel like I have a lot to study already, and day 1 is tomorrow. I'm gonna run a few errands though before life gets really crazy. I'm at the grocery store, so I'm gonna grab some stuff to make some lunches, some snacks. We have nothing. I've just been ordering DoorDash for like the past 2 weeks. So that's the plan, and then we're gonna head home. Hopefully I have some energy to actually study a little bit. There's some topics I'd really like to cover before my first day, just so I feel more comfortable, but honestly, who knows? It seems like tomorrow will also be orientation, like on-site orientation though. So I'll be at the VA, which is where I'm starting. And then, sorry, I just had some Tic Tacs, so like my mouth is like, but yeah, it seems like it'll be orientation, and then maybe in the afternoon we'll do some stuff. I don't know, we'll see. I will bring you along for the ride as always. But yeah, I'm so tired. All right, let's go get some food. All right, it's time to do some work. It's like 9:30, we chilled, we ate dinner, and now it's time to get our studying on. I don't have to be in tomorrow until 8:30, which is later than the norm. So I am gonna take the next like hour and a half I would say, to prep some topics that I just want to feel good about going in. So we're gonna do some online med ed cardiology. We're gonna do ACLS rhythms, and I also want to look at the antibiotic ladder, like how to treat different things with antibiotics and which antibiotics it's that type of day. I'm running on 5 hours of sleep. Which antibiotics to use, all that jazz, I think will be useful. And of course I'm going to continue watching these videos as the rotation goes on, but I just kind of want to go in feeling kind of good as I can. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We have this online med ed cat staring at me, ready to go. So I'm gonna read the primer PDF first that they give us, and then I'm gonna watch the video here, and then maybe do a question or two, and then we'll unsuspend the relevant Anki cards, and we'll be good to go. So let's get it going. Let's go. Morning, y'all. It's our first day. It's our first day. Oh my gosh, it is 8 a.m. I've been up for like 30 minutes just getting dressed, doing my skincare routine. The usual. We're dressed in scrubs today. We've got our badge. Your girl's going to work. Your girl's going to work. I'm excited, but also freaking out, but also kind of like, there's nothing more I can do at this point. There's nothing more I can do at this point. Last night, I was able to watch a few online med ed videos on some of the stuff that we covered during transition to clerkships, and yesterday in orientation that I didn't really understand. So that was nice, and now we're gonna head in. I was so tired last night, so I just watched those videos. Knocked out. That means I messed up my Anki streak. You know what? I'm just realizing that. It's fine. So we're gonna pack our bag. Actually, I already packed my bag last night because you never want to be late, especially on your first day. So I've packed my bag here. I'm just gonna add my iPad and stuff. I think I have everything I need. I guess we'll find out today if I need more. I've already prepped my breakfast. I need to pack my lunch, and then we'll head out. So let's have an amazing first day. I feel much more rested than I did yesterday. I actually went to sleep at like 11:30. Didn't get up till 7:30. I'd say that's pretty good. So let's go, let's go. All right, so I've already prepped my lunch for today. I prepped it last night too. We're just gonna pack it up in our lunch bag. They actually provide us food, but I'm like super picky, so, and I get hungry a lot more than once a day. I don't know how long we're gonna be there today since it's technically our first day. I don't know if we're actually patients. I don't know what the deal is. But I got this like insulated lunch bag from Amazon, and we're just gonna go with sandwich, applesauce, cheese, salami, crackers. Yes, I put the crackers in the fridge just for the ease of having everything packed already. Maybe I'll do a Cheerios and a bar. Oh, and some fruit. I could probably split this into a smaller. And then that's enough. Then we'll just bring our water bottle and we'll be good to go. All right, we made it. Let's go in. All right, y'all, checking in. So we just had a full morning of rounds. I got here, rounds started at 9, I think, but we had a little orientation from 8:30 to about 9:30. So we hopped in the middle of rounds. I'm on the team with another med student, which is great. I think we're the only two that are actually on a team together. It was really great. We got to see 4 patients this morning. It's a post-call day for me, so that means that we were just rounding and discussing the patients that had been admitted last night, though it seems like me and my fellow med student will get our own patient tomorrow when we're on call. So I'm excited. It was really nice just to be able to see how things worked, get the lay of the land, try to figure out where I'm going. Everyone here is so kind, and I'm actually feeling very excited. I'm like so excited. So I'm in the bathroom, as you can see. Always got to protect that patient health information. You will not catch me out there getting anything in the background. But now it's noon on the dot. We have our we have a noon conference, something like that. All I know is it's free food. So I'm gonna go, I think it's on, no, I have no idea what the topic is. I'll let you know afterwards, but yeah, it seems like the day is going well. It's a good first day. I'm feeling good. All right, y'all, so I'm headed home, and what a day it has been. Day one, it was actually a pretty slow day, which I think was good, just so we could get a lay of the land and kind of understand what we're supposed to do as medical students. But after our little lunch conference, we then kind of went back. We were each assigned a patient, just in case we don't get any new admissions tomorrow. So basically how this works, we're on a rotating call schedule on each of our teams. So I'm on team 1. That means that today we started post-call. So last night, the residents actually were here overnight, admitting new patients. And because I started on a Tuesday, I'm on the post-call day. And the post-call day, basically, it's kind of like a recovery day. You like talk about all the patients that you've seen. You go see them. You talk about all the patients that you admitted the night before. Kind of a chill day. So we're supposed to be assigned our own patients on the service as time goes on. But that really only comes with like new admissions, right? So tomorrow is a short call day for my team, as well as the day after that. So that's when they get new patients. So that is when I will get my own patient. But they still assigned us patients today just so that we could get a feel for the system. The electronic medical record system is completely different than UCLA's. Since we're at the VA, they use a totally different system. So it was really great to just understand how to do that. But I'm still gonna come in and pre-round on the patient they assigned me to tomorrow and just be ready to present that patient just in case. I don't know, your girl will not be caught off guard. But overall, really good first day. All right. Came home, watched some TV, ate some dinner, took a quick nap. I could really go for more sleep, but it's time to study now. So we're sitting back at our desk. Let's knock out some online med ed videos. Let's read up on our patient cases and let the grind begin. Let's go. And now, put on, baby. And now, put on, baby. And now, put on, baby. And now. All right, so real quick before we get deep into work, let me show you a little bit about what is gonna be going on for this rotation, since this is my first vlog about this rotation. So internal medicine, that's everything. Inpatient for 6 weeks and then outpatient for 2 weeks. That's gonna be your heart disease, kidneys, liver, lungs, kind of everything in your body that can go wrong and then gets you admitted to the hospital. That's me. So it's a very broad specialty, and you've got to know a lot. The way that these clinical rotations work, for this rotation and for future rotations, you're on service in clinic for a certain number of weeks, and then the last day of that rotation, you have a shelf exam, which is like a mini board exam. I think it's like 3 hours long or something, 100 questions, something like that, that you have to pass. And that's part of your 3rd year grade, and you do that for every single specialty. So internal medicine is a longer rotation, it's 8 weeks. So my shelf exam is not until May 6th. So we've got a long time, but that also means we have a lot of information to learn. So the main resources I'm gonna be using are UWorld, you gotta do it. Question bank, I'm not used to doing board questions because my class is taking step 1, our first board exam, at the end of 3rd year. So I'm cracking open the step 2 CK UWorld question bank, which is what you would use for step 2, which is the more clinical exam. And apparently a lot of that information lines up with what you're supposed to take from clinical rotations and what appears on the shelf exam. Boom. Then I'm using online med ed. These are the videos you see me watching. Super great clinical focus. gives you all the information you need on how to diagnose and treat a lot of common conditions. So that's kind of like my main comprehensive foundational resource, I guess is what you would say, just to learn the general basics for a lot of things, because it's so different than preclinical curriculum, y'all. And then I do have case files as well. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read this. I have it just in case. This basically takes you through a patient case and kind of from presentation to treatment and kind of how you're supposed to think about those high yield cases. We will see. I'm still using Anki a little bit more sparingly than I did in first and second year. I'm kind of just using it to remember a lot of those key things from online med ed. We're not doing like 1,000 cards anymore. It's kind of like 50 cards a day, give or take, something manageable. I think the bulk of my studying needs to come from UWorld and online med ed, so that is the plan. But the question is, when do you study, right? Because we are actually working humans now. So we go in early and we get off late, and then you're supposed to come home and study for this exam, because while clinic is super important and is teaching you all the skills that you need to become a great doctor, it doesn't always teach to the exam, right? Because who knows what you'll see in clinic, but the exam has a certain number of things on it that you have to know. So that is why I'm studying now. It's not just, oh, I go to clinic and then come home. What I do think is important though is making sure that I am like reading up on my patients and making sure that I'm aware of like the conditions they have. So what I'm doing is kind of using what I see in clinic to guide the video topics that I watch on online med ed, just to like, I don't know, make sure that I'm always doing something relevant to my patient care as well. And then towards the end of the 8 weeks, if it turns out like I have a big gap in my knowledge, that's when I'll start making sure that I'm covering all of the topics for the shelf exam. But so that's like my general study plan. So if you see me using online med ed, you see me using UWorld or doing practice questions, Anki, that is what we're doing and that's what we're studying for. So yeah, and then really quick, I want to show you guys my schedule. This is my schedule for the next 8 weeks. It's kind of ridiculous, but also not as bad. I waited to show you because I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but today everything's kind of been confirmed. So let me pull it up for ya. So internal medicine is notorious for long hours. It's just what it is. You're kind of going in every day because people are in the hospital every day. It's just how it is. So my schedule, I am 6 weeks inpatient. So 6 weeks in the hospital, followed by 2 weeks outpatient. So that's kind of like your 9 to 5 clinic you would go to. So those hours are a little bit more regular. But of course I start up front in the hospital, all in, crazy hours. So let me show you. I made in Canva because what they gave us was so bare bones and it was just not working for me. So here we are. It's Tuesday. We had orientation today and yesterday. And then we have this call cycle. As you can see, I think I talked a little bit about this earlier, but really the call cycle doesn't mean much for me because I'm not a resident. So I'm kind of supposed to be there at 7 a.m. each day. That's really the start time though. That's when I'm supposed to be like checking in, but then there's something called pre-rounding, which is where you go in, you see your patient before anyone else gets there, you gather all the information on your patient, anything that changed overnight, you do the physical exam, then you need time to prepare your presentation that you're gonna give to the team on that patient. And then there's grand rounds in the morning sometimes, or there's like a morning talk, and then you do actual rounds with your team. And that's where you talk about your patient, and then throughout the day you're taking care of that patient, you're seeing new admissions, all of that good stuff. So tomorrow I'm on short call, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. That means we are admitting patients. So tomorrow's an exciting day because I think I will get my own patient who I'm going to be following day to day for as long as they're in the hospital, kind of being that point person on their care team, making those clinical decisions, obviously being checked by residents, attendings, interns, literally anyone who's above me, but kind of taking that ownership, and I'm really excited about it. This is what we will be living by. As you can see, I am working 12 days straight I don't have a day off until next weekend. We get on average 1 day off a week. So you can see there's only 1 day off. And then I actually get, I'm not mad at this schedule because when I go to ambulatory, clinics are not open on the weekends. So you get all of your weekends off. So my weekends actually aren't terrible. It's really just right up here this first week, but I'm hoping that my energy will carry me through. And then this is where you see I'm working outpatient, a little bit more regular hours of 8 to 5, not even really. So those are kind of the expected ranges, how long I'm expected to stay. Apparently it's much longer. Anyway, just want to show you that before we really hop into studying, and that's what we're doing. So tomorrow, short call. I'm gonna get there early, pre-round on a patient that they assigned me to today, just in case there wasn't any new admit tomorrow for me. We'll go about it. Let's get it. We're gonna call it a night. It's almost 10, and since I have to be in at 6 something, you do the math. It's time. So I was able to watch a few videos on what my patient for tomorrow that I may or may not be following, may or may not be presenting, but you always want to be ready, came in with. So shortness of breath, restrictive lung disease, but then also I wanted to know about COPD because a lot of patients had COPD that we saw today, and I don't remember anything about that. So I watched some videos basically on lung disease, on online med ed and boards and beyond, because online med ed didn't have one for restrictive lung disease. And yeah, we took some notes. I also did a quiz that I had to do for how to put on PPE, since now we are able to take care of COVID patients, even though I do not plan on doing that. I didn't get a chance to do any practice questions today. I guess we will start that tomorrow. I really want to jump on that though, because the question bank for internal medicine is like 2,000 questions. So that's going to be key. But I want to make sure I'm rested. So I'm going to pack my lunch, kind of get everything ready, lay out my scrubs, make sure my bag is packed so that we can grab and go in the morning. And then we'll start a new day. I'm excited. Tomorrow I have short call, so I will be there from 6 something to 5-ish. We'll see. And hopefully I will get my own new patient that we admit that I will follow for at least this week. I don't know how long they'll stay in the hospital. Hopefully it's not long for their sake. But yeah, so let's call it a night, and I'll see you in the morning. Okay, bye. Good morning, y'all. It's early. It's like 6:35 right now. Still dark outside. And we're headed in to the hospital. I'm aiming to get there at like 6:45. I live super close, so it's not a problem. It's like literally like a 3-minute drive around the corner. I've got my breakfast locked and ready. Overnight oats, of course, and some turkey sausage that I popped in the microwave. Keeping warm with some tin foil, okay? So we're gonna head in. We're gonna look at the patient chart and do a little pre-rounding, I guess. Never done it before, but we're gonna do it today. So I'm tired, but not exhausted. I think because I took a nap yesterday, which is helpful. So maybe I'll make a nap a daily thing. We'll see. All right, I'll check in with y'all later. In our little call room where all of the residents, med students, members of the team are. I'm gonna log into the computer with my badge, and I'm gonna look up my patient that I'm gonna see this morning, and then I'm gonna go see them. That's the plan, and I'm gonna eat my breakfast while I do that. I realized that yesterday I don't have to eat my breakfast in the car. I can actually eat it here, so. checking in. It is almost lunchtime. I'm headed to see my second patient of the day. This is a new patient that I picked up in the emergency department, so I'm headed there on my own to see the patient and to see what brings them to our service. So I'm excited. Let's do it. I just had the best patient interview. Oh my gosh. Now I'm headed to our didactics lecture. Let's go. All right, y'all, we're done for the day. Loving daylight savings. It is still light out. It's about 5:30. Stayed a little bit longer. I actually got to write a patient note. Today was an amazing day. I got to see my own patient who I'm then gonna see tomorrow. It was so awesome. You're just remembering like why you do all the things you do. I got to present 2 patients on rounds. We had morning rounds and evening rounds. I got to present 2 patients to the attending, to the residents. I think I did an okay job. I don't know, we'll get better with time. But I'm feeling good. So now I'm headed to my car. I actually have therapy right now. And I got out kind of later than I expected. So I'm kind of rushing to make sure I make this call. And then we're gonna go home and study, repeat for tomorrow. But I'm feeling good. It was really cool to be able to have my own patient. I went to see her. I got to talk to her for like an hour. It's a really great day. All right, so I'm gonna hop onto my therapy call. Always take care of yourselves. Mental health is important. And yeah, I'll check in with you later. Okay, bye. All right, y'all, so I just got out of therapy. It was great. If you're on the fence about therapy, if you're thinking there's stigma attached, if you're like, oh no, I don't need it, just remember, your girl's in therapy. Get it done, all right? Take care of yourselves, take care of your mental health. Oh, I feel so much lighter. I just feel so good. So it's 6:30 now. I'm still in the parking lot of the hospital. But I'm feeling really, really good. It was a good day today. Let me take you through it for a second. I arrived at 6:45-ish, 6:50. I ate my breakfast while I was working at the computer. I looked up my patient from the day before, went in, pre-rounded on him. So talked to him a little bit, did a physical exam, then went back to the computer, typed up my presentation for rounds at 9. That is when the attending comes in the room with the residents, the interns, and we have 2 medical students on our team. We go around and talk about all the patients we're taking care of. I got to present my patient, talking about his acute overnight events, if anything happened, his vital signs, if they changed, anything that was notable on physical exam, imaging, just basically giving an update, and then your assessment of the patient, what you think's going on, the plan, how you want to manage and treat their condition, what's coming up, things like that. So I did that. It went really well. I was nervous at first. I hate giving presentations, but they're so chill on rounds, at least with this attending. So it was really good. Then we had a lunch conference, but before we had a lunch conference, we had a new admit because my team was on short call, meaning we were admitting patients today. So I got called down to the ED. Your girl got called down to the emergency department to see a new patient, and I got to do the full history and physical, talk to the patient. It was awesome. I spent like 45 minutes, an hour talking to her, and you could tell she just really appreciated someone listening to her. She's had a tough life. She's got a lot of medical conditions, and so it was wonderful just being able to talk to her. It really reminded me of like what I'm doing this for, you know? But of course, then I had to go to a lecture every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have didactics. Today's was on heart failure, so I had to run from her room up to the didactic, sit and listen about heart failure for an hour. And then I didn't know we had afternoon round, so I'm going back to my team's room and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you're gonna have to present that new patient that you saw. And I'm like, bro, what? I do not have enough time. I don't have enough time to get my thoughts together. It was such a, when I tell you this patient had like 30 different medical conditions, I'm not exaggerating, and they were all complicated. And I was like, there's no time for me to figure out how to present this patient. But alas, it got done, and we did attending rounds again at about 3:30, and your girl did her presentation, and it was as good as it could be. It was actually pretty good. It just felt a little bit uncomfortable because I wasn't totally sure about everything, but I mean, we're learning. And then we went and saw all of the new patients. all around the hospital. We did the same thing in the morning. I actually went and saw all the new patients, or all the old patients. And then I came back and wrote my patient note. So after every single encounter, you write a note on the history of present illness, everything you talk to the patient about, their med list, surgeries, family history, physical exam findings, and then, you know, all that stuff. Then you have to write your assessment and plan, which is your workup, what you're gonna do. So I did that, and then now we're here. Long day. So it's 6:30. I'm so glad it's still bright out. Love me some daylight savings. Oh, I thought there was someone in that car. That was gonna be creepy. Love me some daylight savings. So I'm gonna head home, eat some dinner. I don't think I need a nap today. My head kind of hurts, but it might just be dehydrated. And then study up. I have a lot of topics I want to review for tomorrow. I have the same schedule tomorrow, coming in early, pre-rounding on patients, and just a long day. Let's go. We're feeling good. All right, so as you can see, we have relocated to the bed. It is 10:45 p.m. and I'm already tired. I don't know how I'm supposed to go to work all day for 10 to 15 hours and then come home and study and then get up for work again in the morning. I think that's gonna be the toughest part about all of this, is what I'm seeing, and I'm only on day 2. And like I said, I am working through, today's Wednesday. I don't have a day off until next Saturday. So, gotta get used to it, and I really need to study for the shelf exam. I do not want to get behind. So, I've got my Anki cards here. I don't have too many to do today. I tried to watch videos today that were relevant to the patients that I'm seeing. So I tried to watch a video on UTIs, because everyone seems to have a UTI that's very common. I've already watched pneumonia, heart failure, COPD. I need to watch the video on diabetes. Everyone has diabetes. Everyone has everything. That's the problem. Everyone has like 30 medical conditions, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do you do when all of them, you have all of them? Oh man, I'm tired. Do you see that? And I need energy to get up tomorrow and do everything I did today. So we're just gonna knock out our Anki cards in bed. I only have like 30 to do, nothing crazy. And then I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna try to do better tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get some more work done. Actually, no, I did well today. Today was a long day. You gotta give yourself grace, okay? I did well today. I had a long day, and I made the most out of what I could do. So I did come home right after and eat dinner, watch an episode of MasterChef, and then I got studying. So I just think today was a packed day. We will try again tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be well rested.